closer and speak really loud.
We stand here today to save what we have left of our impaired democracy. I encourage everyone here today to do their research and ask yourselves this question. Was this California primary election free and fair? As a poll inspector, I encountered far too many discrepancies on the day of June 7th, 2016. You've already heard some examples from my colleagues. Last Tuesday, I noticed when people voted for a certain Democratic presidential candidate, the machine would spit it back out with an error stating no selection, causing most poll workers to overwrite it, which means the vote did not count. I myself had to figure out a loophole just so these people can vote for who they wanted. Elections should not have to be done through loopholes and trickery. This primary was clearly unfair and it was not free. We are paying the price now with our time, and we will soon be paying an even higher price if an evil, misogynistic Republican candidate becomes our next president. A true democracy should allow all citizens to vote for exactly who they want. A true democracy does not decide the winner before all the votes are counted correctly. We are the people. We will have our voices heard. And we demand all votes counted.
My name is Susan Monet, and I was a poll worker in Lakewood, California. My heart was broken that day, several times, all day. Mi corazón estuvo roto ese día, porque los votos de las personas nuevas que venían a votar no pudieron votar. Y todo el día tuve que yo decirles en sus caras que no podían votar, no porque no supieron qué hacer, porque el sistema está roto. La rostra, the list, the roster, no reflejaba lo que ellos habían inscribido. Ellos estaban en la lista con la información mal, y tuve que yo decirles todo el día a las personas que estaban votando, quizás por la primera vez, que no podían votar para el presidente que ellos eligieron, que querían votar ese día. Y es injusto que esto se permite en este país, que hay democracia, y eso no es democracia. Eso no es democracia que le impiden a los latinos que puedan votar. Los latinos que están hechos ciudadanos en este país. Translation: the vote was not allowed for many people whose names and information, not names, information was changed in the roster. They wanted to vote, but they were not allowed to vote for the president that they wanted to vote. You've heard all the different issues that we had, but my heart is still broken because I feel like our democracy is not what I thought it was. I was born in this country, and I'm very sad. I'm especially sad for the people that have changed their citizenship so they can vote, and they were robbed. Grossly robbed that day. Muchas gracias.
Susan, could you spell your name, please?
M-O-N-E-T. M-O-N-E-T. First name Susan. Gracias.
Yay!
Good morning, my name is Christine Nguyen. I was a poll clerk in West LA. I'm here because I'm deeply upset by people being so eager to dismiss what happened on Tuesday as simply cases of voter error. As a poll clerk, I witnessed so many people who followed the rules and re-registered themselves properly who were not on our rosters or were forced to vote provisionally. I would like to recount the story of my friend who asked me to talk about her story. She was registered as a vote by mail voter. She received her ballot and opened it to find that on the privacy sleeve in the write-in section, someone had already written in for President Hillary Clinton. So she had to go to her polling precinct to request a new fresh ballot, and when she went to her precinct, despite it being her correct location, she was not on the roster and therefore forced to vote provisionally. And so again, there are many cases of people who did everything right, followed the rules, re-registered on time, and still could not have their ballot cast and counted on election day. Thank you.
Jacqueline, speak loud.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jacqueline. Jacqueline Rocha. I want to first of all thank you for giving me this opportunity to express my concerns about this year's election. I have a list of 10 here, which is not even a complete list. I personally, as a non-party preference voter, had to request my Democratic crossover ballot over 3 times. When I submitted on the internet, my submission page kept coming up over and over, not being submitted. When it finally did submit, they sent me another non-party preference ballot. When that happened, I had to call the voter hotline, and they said, oh, we should have sent it. It took them another week to finally send me the Democratic ballot, which I have here. I have 2 NPP ballots and 1 Dem ballot. It should not be that difficult, and it shouldn't take me out of my busy day, my busy life, that I have to call, spending hours on the phone, spending hours on the internet, pulling out my driver's license, etc., trying to simply vote. It should not be this difficult. That's one issue. I also heard many, myself, I was a Bernie Sanders campaign volunteer, and many non-party preference voters didn't know that they could vote in the primary election. They had no clue. That should not be. People need to be well informed when they're voting on such an important decision. Number 3, I had to explain, I don't know how many thousands of voters I had to individually explain to them that when they go to their polling location, that they needed to demand a Democratic crossover ballot. That if they were to receive a provisional ballot, that vote would not be counted till several months later, which is the issue that we have here now. And that should not be the case. As a volunteer, first of all, we shouldn't be having to do this. We shouldn't be having to explain to voters that they need to demand a crossover ballot. I also was informed that there's a video on the internet that I concur that I've witnessed, that Orange County had a poll worker, was with a large group by the mayor, governor, a very important person, was trained specifically not to give non-party preference voters they were told to give them non-party preference ballots, which wouldn't even have Bernie Sanders on their ballot. That is not appropriate. That is not appropriate conduct for such an official election. The list goes on. I myself went to go and examine what was going on at the tally center where they're counting the votes up in Norwalk. They had a big box of about, I'd say, 1,000 ballots that were being canceled. That was just within an hour of the non-provisional ballots. I said, I counted out the average. If I thought that's just one day, on average, it's 35,000 ballots that are being canceled nobody knows. They had no explanation as to what exactly was going on with these ballots. We asked the person who was working there, were you able to reach out to these people to let them know that their vote didn't count? No. There's never an opportunity given to those individuals to fix the problem. Exit polls thrown in the trash. There was, it's on the internet, there's a photo of a poll that's supposed to be posted at the voting location in a trash can. What kind of election are we running here? This is the United States of America. This is very important to us. I understand that there are a lot of, the other thing is the media coverage of what was going on in this election as well. Completely biased, inappropriate comments by the mainstream media. That is not democratic. That is an oligarchy of the top corporate media companies telling us who we should vote for. Inappropriate. Governors telling us who we should vote for. Inappropriate. We are individuals, hard-working individuals who deserve a life just like the rest of these rich people. It's not okay what is going on in this country. This is not a democracy. It's not a Republican democracy. This is a Geez, what's the word? Is oligarchy, but no. It's like plutocracy. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. It's
Representative.
Jesus Christ. It's when somebody is dictatorship. This is a dictatorship. This is not a democracy. It's very evident. And more information is going to come up. This can no longer be hidden underneath the coattails of the Koch brothers who run this country. Walmart, who runs this country. Disneyland, who runs this country. You guys do not run this country. We, the people, run this country. Yeah.